screaming loud, buy that Xbox now. Names got bugs and that's just how. But gamers shrug and walk away. Exclusives lost for another day. Controllers in dust, on the shelf they lay, dreaming of games that might just play. Fans are tired, no spark to show. Phil's puzzled face doesn't quite know. Everyone's leaving out the door. No titles to play, the gamers snore. Console wars need more than name. Phil's dilemma, what a shame. Promises made, they're wearing thin. Without the games it's hard to win. A shiny console but nothing fresh. Xbox vision needs a mesh. Gamers crave the worlds unseen. Phil's confusion's evergreen. Crafts of magic, tales untold. They yearn for sparks, treasures gold. Everyone's leaving out the door. No titles to play, the gamers snore. Console wars need more than name. Phil's dilemma, what a shame.
Phil's in the kitchen flipping pancakes, oh no. Trying to be the cool dad, putting on a show. Controller in one hand, syrup in the other. TKO Xbox, just like no one even bothers. What's this thing they're selling? Is it winning? Is it yelling? Feels like a punchline. But who's laughing now? Xbox, what the hell is that? Phil's got the swag of a dad in a cowboy hat. TKO, they're swinging, but who's hitting the mat? Xbox, yeah. They're coming in fast. Pixels are punching, consoles in a brawl. It's a digital ring and they're smashing through the wall. Knockout blow, who's counting to 10? TKO Xbox, they're back at it again. Hey, jokes on stage, trying to be fly, dropping space like confetti, aiming for the sky. But hey, maybe it's genius, maybe it's a game. Xbox, you'll remember the name. Xbox, what the hell is that? Phil's got the swag of a dad in a cowboy hat. TKO, they're swinging, but who's hitting the mat? Xbox, yeah. They're coming in fast. Xbox, what the hell is that? Phil's got the swag of a dad in a cowboy hat. TKO, they're swinging, but who's hitting the mat? Xbox, yeah. They're coming in fast. Lights are on, the stage is set. Controllers charged, we ain't done yet. We talked Xbox, now we're back in line. Grinding hard past overtime. Feel the rumble, hear the sound. The Grindhouse crew is back around. The gaming Grindhouse is back, oh yeah. We keep on grinding, we don't play fair. Level up, rise high, let's go. Grinders unite, feel the glow. It's button mash and for the fight. No response, we're all in. From the menu to the win. Grind it up, grind it down. Turn the gaming world around. Stack those points, rack that score. The Grindhouse fam, we want more. The gaming Grindhouse. The gaming. The gaming Grindhouse is back, oh yeah! We keep on grinding, we don't play fair. Level up, rise high, let's go! Grinders unite, feel the glow. Grinders unite, feel the glow.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
Yo, grinders, how you doing out there? What's up, everybody? Hit that like button. We are live. Yes, we're back. I mentioned I was back. I'm back. As a matter of fact, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. What's up? How you doing? Share it out. Let them know we're live, because some people not checking on their X or checking on their YouTubes and notifications don't work. So hit that like button, grinders. We are going to go in. What a day. My goodness. What a day to come back. Usually this stuff happens when I'm on GRINDSCATION, but it's happening now. What's up? Virtual Dan in the house. The Unknown, Curse Kane, Outside Gaming Night, Dog Zone, Light Heaven says, let's go. Let's get reverb. Let's go. That's right. Stephen Leone in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? Cal08 is in the house. Everybody got all different names. Brian M. Neil's in the house. Yeah, boy. Unchained. 1990. Craven Van Draken and Ryan is in the house. The Unknown Mass Produce. Everybody coming on in here. What's up, Doc Zone? How you doing? William Aguilar. What's up, man? How you doing? The new mini PC challenger enters the ring. The Steam Machine. Windows and Microsoft are cooked. Yeah, dude. As you know, we look at things differently here at the show. Like, I have these like kind of visions, these visions and stuff like of things. Neil, what's up, man? How you doing? Yo, you can't listen. I was just thinking about this right before I started the show. You cannot. This can't be any worse for what you're saying.
Whatever
Windows
your name is,
and Microsoft.
get ready for the big surprise.
This can't be any worse. What's up? Welcome, William Andrews. He joined the Grindhouse. That, by the way, hit that subscribe button if you're new. We are over 3,100 grinders in this house. Let's go. We're cooking. That's why the fires are on. The liquor's out. We're ready to go, man. It's Wednesday. And then, by the way, too, I'm going to be on Thrifty's show later on tonight, so you're going to get a double header of the Grindhouse. Pause. Phil, what do you have to say? Phil. Oh, man, Phil's speechless. He's speechless. So, grinders, if you're just checking this out right now and you want to know what the hell is going on here, what are we talking about? Steam who? Steam what? Steam where? Steam Machine. That's right. It's a neural net processor, a learning computer. Its CPU architecture is unmatched. And it has the power of AI that is going to go crazy. This is the great next blockbuster smash hits console. Anyway, the Steam Machine, the neural net learning computer. The Steam Machine returns. Grinders. The Steam Machine. Valve, Gabe Newell came down from the heavens and they dropped hardware. Emphasis on hard.
Where the box is in the name of our brand.
Not box, but emphasis on they put the H in hardware. Man. They put the H in hardware, man. They announced these things. They had the new Steam controller, the new the Index, but now is called the Frame, or the VR, which has some things that get me all excited about, a little bit of that. And then they added, that's right, like heaven, the GameCube, or the Steam Machine, the neural net learning computer. That's right, it's going to blow the shit out of goddamn Xbox. What's up, Christopher Durant? How you doing, man? Man, oh man. Yes, so this got announced today, launching a year from now, prototype. Listen, they get it. It's amazing. Nintendo gets it. Sony gets it. Steam gets it. But Xbox and Phil and Windows don't get it. The way this was rolled out, perfection. You announce it, you had people already having hands-on, you got the hands-on impressions, the detail, you breaking it down, people playing games on it, do the whole mess. Boom, boom, seal the deal. No, we're going to talk about, when you look at Minecraft, when you think about this, so when I think about this, and I think about this, and I think about who, and I think about what, and I think about where, and I think about who, and I think. You got this dude. I think you'll see more later on. A little tease. Dude, no. There it is. The only thing we didn't get was the price. Exactly like him. That's all. We didn't get the price. But we got everything we need to know. The specs. What it does. The inside. And that is the point. When you reveal hardware, you don't start with I thinks. You start with, here it is. Try it out. This is our vision. This is what's going to be ready. And that's what you do. Microsoft talking, and it's just amazing. Look at the difference of how Xbox presented this Xbox full screen experience, the ROG Ally. It's in secret. Don't talk about it. We can't talk about it. We can't show it. We don't know. We think we'll do this. A whole year of it, and it drops, and it's not ready. It's beta. They got people playing this thing, working on it, doing it right now. And you know what's crazy is that the Steam Deck and Steam OS has shown that you know exactly what you're going to get with this. You know the experience because you experienced it now. They've just been refining it. So, incredible rollout of this, and this announcement of just coming out on a Wednesday. Boom. Here it is. The Cube. The GameCube. The Steam Machine returns. So, Steam machines, what do you mean they return? A decade ago, Steam machines were announced. They tried to do a Linux-based machine that will work off a Steam Big Picture with the controller, and they tried to do it. But notice the difference this time around. Guess what they did the first time around? They partnered with Alienware or Dell. They had OEMs make the machines, and they supplied the Linux. They provided the controller, but the OEMs were building the hardware, Alienware, and they had these very high prices. Notice the difference this time. There's no Alienware mark on this. There's no Asus on this. There is no Acer on this. No.
You're
this
my number
is
one customer.
Their hardware. Just like they made their Steam Deck, this is theirs. So they customize this thing, heat sinks, and I think we'll go into some of that to show the insides of it. They optimized this thing to do what it wanted to do. They got a configuration, not the most powerful machine, as we'll see, but it's where the sweet spot is, they believe, for playing your Steam library on a TV in the living room. But it's theirs. It's not OEMs. Oh, Alienware, go make a Linux box and we'll put Steam OS on it. No. You know who's doing that now. And that never works out because those OEMs want to make money. It's very hard to control the price when other people are making your hardware. But you have a lot of input of like, if you're choosing specific parts and stuff, putting a console together, technically, quote unquote, you could control the price. And that's why this thing, I don't think we'll talk about price, but I don't think it's going to be super, super expensive. Like, it's not going to be no $200, but I don't think it's going to be in the realm of a ROG Ally X. So let's just go into what this thing actually is before we start doing speculation and hearing about it. And we got our first Grindhouse super chat of the evening from Boba Country. I'm so glad YouTube changed everybody's name with the $2. And he goes, I hope this hurts PlayStation for stupidity of porting the library. We'll talk about that. But yeah, you want to know what? So I always said it here. I said it. Sony FAFO. PlayStation FAFO. Actually, there's even just to kind of address and appreciate your chat here. We knew about this. Here it is. Here we go. They're all on watch.
You gon' learn the hard way. Hit greenness, better watch out when you fly too close to the sun. Just ask Phil, he got permanent tan lines on his ass.
Yeah, is PC competition now, Sony? Well, PlayStation, the PC is not really competition for us, and it's a new venture. Is it now?
PlayStation FAFO, you're gonna learn the hard way. Talking this, better watch out when you fly too close to the sun.
Yeah. Is PlayStation, is PC competition now? Hatokiness? It looks like a little bit of a kind of something that could compete with the living room. And what's so interesting is that Phil is Icarus, exactly. But what is so interesting is that they're feeding those PlayStation games now to Steam kind of backfires. And we'll talk about the Sony and the Xbox one. But let's just get into what this is first. Let's get into what this is first. And the unknown, I think they are. Like, they got a whole this is like, I put this picture up here for a reason, because this is crazy in that this is a complete system right here. Like, competition, PlayStation VR, better look out, watch out. Here's your competition right there. Wireless, nonetheless, with a dongle, which I like. So apparently this VR could work independently or could be plugged in USB with a dongle for wireless link experience with the power of the PC. You could plug it into this or any laptop or any desktop and have the fidelity of your PC wirelessly transmitted with a special low latency adapter. Dude, I'm hooked on that. That's like a perfect world right there. That's like a MetaQuest on steroids without the wires. Like I said, PlayStation, where's your VR2 version 2 with the dongle? Because we need a dongle. Because this has that. So that's really damn interesting. With some tech that they're doing. And Steam has been doing this wirelessly, because you could do it from Steam Vive, a Steam VR. You could do it. I've done it with the MetaQuest wirelessly. It's there, Steam Link. You could do wireless Steam Link, but this is something with this special dongle that they have that goes in. So that, the controller, this is a complete system right here. Like, this is basically a PlayStation Junior. Like, this is a PlayStation system right here. You've got your VR2 competition, you got your living room console-fied, and you got a controller on the thing. So, like, this is all one package, but you could use that VR on other PCs and having. I'm interested in the VR as well, because I think that's really cool. And I have tons of VR games, because I started my VR with the HTC Vive, and I have tons of Steam VR games. So I have a bunch of those games. So that will be great to do that. So that is friggin' awesome. And the fact that it's wirelessly with the power, that seems pretty awesome. So I'm interested in that frame as well there. But that's why I put this all up there, because it's not just the GameCube. It's actually, that VR is pretty damn fire as well. So PlayStation, you got a VR too, and a console. Like, again, is it competition? We knew this day was going to come. And again, we'll talk about like how this impacts PlayStation. What do they do? Do they just look the other way and just keep doing what they're doing, or do they take notice? I don't know. We will see. But I'm telling you, my opinion of this announcement here, I'm excited. Am I going to get the GameCube? I don't know right now, because I do have, more powerful laptops and mobile computers that I have hooked up to TVs, and I have it kind of set up already. But this thing, depending on the price, I might just throw one under a TV around the house. And we'll talk about that. But we'll go into that. But let's just get into what it is. So this is the announcement of what it is, the Steam Machine. They're keeping the same name, Steam Machine. Hit that like button, grinders. Share it out. Let the grinders know. We got about 100 people in here. Let them know that we're here. And we're also about, 22 away from a VIP choice of a Grindhouse stream. So the VIPs, we get it, the 300 VIPs, we'll do a your request Grindhouse stream there. So we'll be cooking there. Glassdoor Gamer with the 5, he goes, Gaming Nexus went to Valve and mentioned they said it won't be priced like a console. Linux is better than Windows, but anti-cheat is a killer. And you're right about that one. Just to address that, and because I don't want to forget, but it's not going to be priced like a console. Like, yeah, I don't think this thing's coming in like the consoles of old, right? I don't think the consoles of old,
you're my number one customer,
like $400, $300. I think this thing's coming around $600, $700. Like, this is coming of the consoles of now, because it is weaker than the PlayStation 5. We'll see. So I do think that this is going to come in probably around the higher end of like $700, $800, maybe the 512 one. It's all upgradable too. You could upgrade the SSD and all that other stuff. So they'll do a 512 one maybe. But because seeing where the Steam Deck sits, I think it'll be a little bit more money than the Steam Deck. 600, maybe something like that. I don't think that. No, I'm going to put a poll. I'll do a poll, Gaff. I don't think it's going to come in like 400, 300. I think it's coming around 6, 7. 6, 7. Oh shit. 0, 1. All or nothing. I'm going to start that, grinders. I'm tied again 6, 7 by my children. So I'm going to start a new thing called 0, 1. You know what that means? It's something or nothing. But I think it's going to come in around there. Around that thing. But we will see there. It's weaker than the PS5, yeah. Lighthaven, yeah. So I'm going to start a poll. And again, a lot of people I'm sure are going to say depending on the price, but just what we're going to go through now. I'm going to put more, are you interested? Not if are you buying. Are you interested in the new Steam machine? There you go. Because I know a lot of people buying it. The thing comes out as $1,000. I think there goes everybody, I'm buying it. But are you interested in this kind of idea? I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are interested in this idea of putting this on there. And I can tell you, and I have a demo right here I'll show. But SteamOS is friggin' rocking. It's awesome. But to go back to the super chat, what Glassdoor is saying about Linux is better than Windows, but anti-cheat, there are limitations with SteamOS. And that has to do with anti-cheat. There's a lot of games that don't function on anti-cheat, such as Fortnite. I know they're working on a Linux version to do that, but Fortnite, a lot of your online games, I think, what other ones? I think Destiny, was Destiny another one? What are some of the other ones? I'm trying to remember what other ones you can't play due to anti-cheat. A Battlefield, you can't play, I don't think you can play Battlefield 6. So there's definitely these multiplayer games that you can't play on this due to anti-cheat. And maybe this encourages them to try to put anti-cheat in a Linux version now. Like, that's the only way they're going to do it, is if something like this happens, because, Steam Decks are there, and now you got this, like you got sort of like that the starting of a rumble that, maybe they'll start thinking that there's a justification in doing that stuff there. So we'll see. But yeah, Linux is so much better than Windows, and I got my little I don't know if this thing even works anymore, but I was planning on doing this thing. I'll do a quick demo of it, but we'll see if I can do one here. We'll check it out. But what we got? William Aguilar with the 20. Yo, thank you so much, man. He goes, PlayStation will likely compete by creating their own PC store launcher and maybe their own PlayStation InZone OS. Yee. They think they might not bring games to Steam anymore when ported to PC, but only their PC store. PS6 portable too. So I was talking about that on Monday. Like, I just don't know. It depends on how much Sony wants to do with Steam. Like, if Steam is going to go off and do these kind of things, I think that maybe then they might have to do a store to kind of protect themselves where they could still get that PC interaction and those sales, but they don't have to go through Steam because Steam is now going to be coming as a competitor. It really depends on if they now see this as a competition, because I believe at first they didn't think PC was competition. It was sort of like a different experience. But like I said before, and I've been saying it a lot, nowadays, especially with Xbox, what they're doing with the full screen experience, they're trying to consolify PC. They're trying to get that console, that transition. And this is this. The Steam Deck was one entry point. This is another one. This is not going out there as a $2,000 supercomputer. No, there's purpose for like why this thing is the specs that it is, because it's to keep the price close or lower in that realm where you could get them as an entry point into building that library. And you're right. If PlayStation sees Steam now as like, whoa, they're because this is Steam making this. This is not Asus making this and trying an experiment. This is Steam with their OS and their Linux base. So this is definitely this is definitely something I would think is competition to PlayStation and Nintendo and Xbox. Just like the Steam Deck is competition with a Switch, but the differentiation is the games. And if the games are, if they're feeding the content to this machine that somebody could just buy one of these things and not get a PlayStation, Sony got to take watch of that. And the PlayStation 6 portable as well, that's going to be a closed environment, but that's going to be competition for the Steam Deck. So like we're getting this new world of competition, but it all comes down to the same thing. The content, the games. And like I was saying, and just to kind of address your chat again, the thing about PlayStation's situation is that think about, I'm going to give an example, and then we'll get into this thing because I want to talk about what it is. But just to get an example while it's in my mind, the thought here. When I bought the PlayStation in 2017 and I got the PlayStation 4, all those games that I missed in the prior years was another reason why I was interested, because I was going to buy an Xbox Series X. And I said, wait, I have all those games. They're not giving me new games, but I could spend $400 and buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. And there's a bunch of games that I never played before because they were locked to that hardware. So it gave me even more justification to get it, and I'll have this whole exclusive library that I never played before, right? Because what's funny is that I had a PC, a gaming PC from Xbox, and the first game, one of the games I bought was Street Fighter V, because that game wasn't on Xbox, but I had access to it because it was a PC PlayStation game. So think about a situation now. Since PlayStation has put their whole PlayStation 5 library of first-party games, majority of them, not Astrobot, not Demon Souls, not, the about majority of them. It's not all. I'm not going to list them all
customer
and waste everybody's time. But the fact is that a majority of those games, God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Returnal, all those games that were part of that PlayStation library, which would say somebody next year going, hey, I want a PlayStation. Oh, not only do I get I want Yotei and I want a GTA, but there's about 7-8 other games that only were on this platform that I'm going to buy too. So it gives me even more justification to want to go buy this console, because those exclusives are still exclusive. Now, it's really only the new games that are going to entice you to get the console. And, obviously there's other things. There's price, there's functionality, there's all that other stuff. But like, if you just want the games,
you're my number one customer.
These games now have been on PC. So most likely a lot of people have already played Spider-Man before they come to you, where if they didn't have a PlayStation before, they would have played it. So now when you're sitting there with this thing and a PlayStation, you're sitting with this and a PlayStation, you're like, well, wait a second. It's only the new stuff from Sony that will entice me to get a PlayStation, because all their past games of the last 5 years, I could play on this. So it does bite them in the ass. And I don't know if they had an idea about this thing.
You're my number one customer.
As I said, PlayStation FAFO. I bet you that Herman's like, that Wolverine stays on PlayStation. Wolverine, Ghost of Yote, Astrobot, they stay PlayStation. Or they do what William said, is that they create a walled garden on PC, but we know that that's not a good thing to do either. Because the PC, they want it on Steam, and you already put that stuff on Steam. And I said on Monday, that PSN fiasco, you will lose a big chunk of whatever leverage and sales you were getting on PC if you put a walled garden up. Look at the Windows Store. Look at Epic Store. It's going to be hard to say PlayStation Store. Now, maybe you do you have free games. I have no clue. But it's going to be more of an uphill battle, and I don't know if it's even worth it to start up a walled garden to protect yourself against this. Like, you kind of opened up the gates. And, you know, I think they should have been a little more cautious with it. But because you never know what's going to happen. And now Steam just kind of pulled the rug out from PlayStation. It's like, hey, thanks, PlayStation, for all your 5 years of quality games. And what's funny is that when you watch, I watch a lot of PC, what is it? Not the specs, the friggin', the benchmarks and stuff. And a lot of them, ETA Prime and all of them, the games they use to benchmark graphics cards and stuff, the PlayStation games, Spider-Man, the console games, Spider-Man, Forza, God of War. Where are the Steam games? All right? They use those games. They use the console games. They use Forza. They use Spider-Man. They use Cyberpunk, which is obviously a PC, but it's a multi-plat game. But they don't use PC exclusive Steam games. No. They go, oh, here's Spider-Man. Let's run the benchmarks on Spider-Man. Let's run the benchmarks. Let's run the new graphics cards with God of War. So, Sony, you've been feeding them, and now FAFO. There you go. So let's see your move. Do you hold these games close to you up? Because now, like I said before, the competition is always there. Console wars, competition is always there. It just changed. But the thing is that the one thing that remains the most important thing in this competition, the games.
You're
what
my
games
number one customer.
are you making, and what games take advantage of the first-party hardware that you're using? That's it. The games. Content. Content is king. Sony, you go put all your games on this thing, and guess what? It's a PlayStation. Thank you very much. Now now with the flexibility of this, they could pull out, they could add more powerful machine, they could make a bigger hard drive, they could do a lot. They can modulate this thing, and it's the games. It's your art, just like Nintendo. It's not the most powerful machine. It's not the most powerful machine. It is not the most intense. It's not no 4K box, but it got the games that you could only play there, and that's why it flies off the shelves. It's so simple. So maybe they got to rethink their strategies. Maybe they're slow to do it. And now think about it. This is the second phase of games right now. We have Ghost of Yote, Death Stranding 2, which they don't own, but that'll probably go to PC next year. But Ghost of Yote, Astrobot they got, Soros, Wolverine. Let's see what the cadence is. I don't know if they're going to be too quick. Well, we will see. It's going to be interesting. But always remember, Sony FAFO. Here's your FAFO lesson 1. Right? Well, let's cook. Well, we got some more going on here. But there you go with that. William Agro with the 5. He goes, Xbox Mini PC and Steam Mini PC will always be several $100s more expensive than dedicated consoles and PlayStation 6. So Sony might not be concerned. Yeah, and also the other crazy thing is that an Xbox PC, as you've seen with the handhelds, William, is that the Windows, similar to like an NVIDIA card versus an AMD card, the Windows devices tend to be about $100 or so more expensive than the Steam OS ones, which is going to be another problem. That's why I think PlayStation's going to learn their lesson, and they could kind of flexible. They left themselves flexible to kind of slow down their move to see their games. Sony has made
You're my
that
number one
flexible.
customer.
They did kind of screw themselves a little bit in putting a lot of those things on there, but that's what they did. And they did what they did, and we'll see what the impact is of that. But they could easily slow down and keep their games closer to leverage their hardware and leverage their sales. They can. And if they don't, if this thing really, and again, is this going to sell 80 million? Is this going to be 70 million? You got to look at also the size of PlayStation. It's like, I don't think this thing is going to come in and you know, sell 80 million in 5 years. Like, but I do think that this is a start of something that can potentially grow into something that can be a competitor. Just like with Xbox. Remember when the original Xbox came out, it was like, Microsoft box. Look what happened to 360. They came in and smacked the shit out of Sony. You know what I mean? So you never know. So like, you could say, poo-poo. Yeah, maybe they sell like 3 million. That's not going to do anything. We're at 85 million. Arrogant Sony hit the house. Then what happens? They come out with a more powerful box, a more price competitive box that you could upgrade over time. And PlayStation sitting there going, well, we should have took them seriously. Plus, they got our games, which is another blow to them. So this is definitely, I believe, the start of something. I'm interested. I like this. This is a cool idea, and I love competition. So let's cook. Let's fight for our dollar bill. Not for our dollar bill, Phil, but let's fight for it. Thank you again, William. I appreciate it. The Super Hemi member 29 months ago goes, it won't play GTA 6 next year either. Ooh, yeah, that too. And the anti-cheat as well. So those are, no GTA 6. That's another humdinger. But guess what? It's coming out early 2026. So like GTA 6 won't be felt until November. And Wolverine. Don't play Wolverine either. That's another thing. But those huge Steam libraries will go. It's interesting. This is really cool. Like this is really exciting. I think we found who's going to replace Xbox now. I think we thought Apple was going to come in or Amazon. Nope. We found out who it is. It's Steam. So we know Xbox now dropped to 4th place. Oh shit. Glasgow Game with the 5. He goes, I see PlayStation doing only gas games on PC. Single player games will drop in a bucket in terms of sales and revenue. I agree. And also, I think how they sell. I think how those games will sell matters too. If they release a dud, that dud might go over to PC a lot sooner than anything. Magnus is cooked. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Boba Country with the 5. He goes, I think their entire fucking library is on Steam. I hope this machine hurts them moving forward. Greed is such a disease. They ignored their fan base for fucking PC. Yeah. Sony FAFO. There you go. I've always said it. And look at that. Ron. I see you. Your name is Contact. God, he's an alien.
Ron.
I know that's an Ron right there. He got a P next to him. His name is Contacts.
Right now?
There he is. He's right there under a new name. He says this will be his PlayStation box. All right. I'll play you on Wolverine next year. All right, Aaron. I'll see you on Wolverine. We'll stream it together. All right, Aaron. That's your PlayStation. Michael Murdine with the 5. He goes, Jez, did you see Wooly got his PlayStation 5 stolen from his house? The community sent the money for a new one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, shout out to Wooly, man. That was horrible. He got robbed. He took all his stuff and his PlayStation, but everybody came together and gave him. I just saw he was playing it. I'm like, oh my God, he got it back. And it's like, no, somebody gave him money for that, which is awesome. And shout out to everybody that did that. I couldn't believe, and how fast too. He just said he was robbed. His headphones as well. Like, it's horrible, man. So shout out to Wooly, man. I'm that's horrible that happened. But I'm glad everybody came together and helped them get back online and everything. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. That was crazy. That's horrible. Sick people out there that do that shit. Ridiculous. Super Hemi with the 5. He goes, I think PlayStation knew. Remember the rumor of cross-buy on PC and PlayStation. And you know what? Just like what William's saying, like, they can do a store now, dude. They could do a store and kind of like protect their IP on the open platform. But, whatever, like if they were getting like 2,000, 3,000 sales of Steam, the biggest install base for PC sales of their IP, like they open up a storefront there. I don't think a lot of people are going to that. Definitely not the Steam customers. You may get PlayStation crossover, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I appreciate keep them coming. Keep the questions coming through the chats. Keep them coming. We're gonna be cooking here. So your games on the big screen, powerful PC gaming made easy, small but mighty package. Here's your Steam library. 6 times the horsepower of the Steam Deck, which Steam Deck is old tech too. Steam Machine has the power to play your whole Steam library, including your favorite AAA games. Just sign in with your Steam account and your library is there. Boom. They're playing Cuphead. So, Steam OS is on there. Optimize. Put it under your TV. Set it on your desk. Hide it under a banana. It's a powerful PC gaming packed into a roughly 6 inches. Pause. Steam Machine keeps cool, runs quiet, ready for all the peripherals and monitors you could throw at it. A gigabyte port, HDMI 2.0, 1 USB-C, and 4 USB-As. CPU and GPU, 4K gaming at 60. I don't know about that. It has 8 gigabytes of VRAM. We'll get into that. 2 storage sizes, 512 and 2 terabyte. Both will come with expandable micro SDs, which it's not the same one as the Switch micro SD. So you could run games on it, but it's not the super fast one. Connectivity, Wi-Fi 6E, not 7. Plus Bluetooth 5.3 with the dedicated antenna, Steam Control wireless adapter built in. No giant brick, Steam Machine power. It's sleek, man. It's a... And look, they even got the replaceable covers, dude. They did it all one shot, man. And I got something not like this, but I do have one of those like I have the minis for them. I showed it here on the channel before. The minis for them, those mini PCs that you can buy, not the little small ones, but I got one with a dedicated GPU. But it's like the 6600 XT, like it's an old laptop GPU from like about 3 years ago. And it runs great. Like it runs games great, but that's kind of I use as the family PC, and my son plays games on it. Nothing crazy intense, but it actually runs pretty games. I use it as I called it the arcade. I used it for emulation. And let me tell you this thing, Emu Deck, enjoy. Yo, if you ever wanted the whole world of arcade games in your palm of your hands to put under the TV, boom. Dude, this is perfect for that. Emu Deck, which is all the emulator things. Yo, emulation. Yeah. Crazy. So, yeah, it's an open platform. You could go into the deck and all that other stuff. But let's get into, there's an LED strip. And yeah, you could use it as a Linux desktop. That's another thing too, like, Linux desktop. Steam Machine verified, runs Steam OS, and it's a PC. But we're still a PC. Where Steam Machine is optimized for gaming, but still a PC. Install your apps, even another operating system. Even telling you can put Windows on this. Who are we to tell you how to use your computer? So, yeah. And you could stream to the Steam Deck. Like, look at how they tied this together. Like, this thing goes to your TV with the Steam controller. Then you could stream it to your headset, that VR headset. You could stream it to your Steam Deck. So, like, they kind of like put up a whole ecosystem. Like they got the whole, like this whole thing, man. Steam Deck now ties into the Steam controller. Like you see, they use the Steam Deck as the gateway, and now these things enhance off to the gateway. You see that, like how interesting that is. And I could see somebody said Mango says for kids. Yo, great for streaming, powered by Steam. And you can't buy it yet. We don't know the prices of it yet. And the Steam frame, we don't know the prices. But I think they're going to be pretty competitive on the thing. Take Shilzama with the 15 months. He goes, Jez, I will say GOG, EA, Ubisoft, Battle.net has no issues with their stores on PC. It's the only place to play the newest games. It's fine. Oh, yeah. Well, I think you could still, I don't know if you could use Battle.net and Ubisoft. I think you can. I have it on here with hold on. I have it on here. So that's what it is. Let's just get into the specs for a second here. Because, I think some of the claims that they're making with some of the specs here, and this is coming in early 2026. And let's see, I thought I had the specs here. So there are your specs. The 512 and 2 terabyte. It is CPU is a Zen 4 here. I thought it was a Zen 3. Oh, it uses RDNA 3. Zen 4, RDNA 3, not RDNA 4. No fill DNA here. 8 gigabytes of GDDR. So that's kind of rough there. The 8 gigabytes. That's a little
You're
rough.
my number one customer.
So, and the clock speeds, you know, I think they said that the clock will go up to 30 watt TDP. So we're not looking at real 100, like gaming PC type 200 watt GPUs and 150 watt, even laptops go higher than that. And even my Flow, the Z12, I was like, it gets up there. So like, you're not looking at super high things, and only 16 gigs of RAM. Now, apparently it is upgradable, but you got to take it apart. And you can, it does come with a 2230 SSD, the small ones, the same one that's in a Steam Deck, but you can work on the 2280. So you can get the larger 4 terabytes, 6 terabytes, all the crazy sizes that they're going on it. The other cool thing they said was that you could take the micro SD card out of the Steam Deck and plug it right into this. That's kind of the thing. And your games will just kind of sync up. So like if you have games on your Steam Deck and you want to kind of play them on that, you could use the memory card, the micro SD, and put the micro SD in the Steam machine, and basically you could have your library play off the card on that thing. So it's kind of uses the micro SD as a way to play a couple of games that, you know, well, you get 2 terabyte, obviously. I got 2 terabyte one. You could just put a bunch of games on there and you could swap them. Yeah, they're not the best place to play them, and you won't get, the load times will be kind of slow because it's not using the super fast micro SDs, but it is a cool feature. You could take it out of your Steam Deck and plug it in, and you kind of continue the game without having to re-download them. Cooking Molded. This is for PC, AA games, and Xbox refugees. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Glassdog Game with the 5. He goes, Dusty Bin said consoles are dying, but says PC's trying to imitate console future. Exactly. Yeah, tell me again how consoles are dying, dude. Steam has made a console. Now all of a sudden the consoles are back in business, right? I thought PC was fine the way it was. Why did Valve have to do this? Why? Because people prefer consoles. There's a reason why people want closed hardware that just that's fixed. And know what's nice? Because I'm gonna tell you another thing. The fact that these specs are here and they have the Steam optimized, Steam Deck optimized, that's great, because that's kind of takes a lot of the guesswork out of the whole PC experience of like having to know, is this game going to work or not? And what's also great, and I found with the Steam Deck, is that there's whole communities of saying exactly, since they know the same configuration you have, like how to get this to run on a Steam Deck. Basically, people just say, here's the recipe if you need to get certain frames or certain resolutions. So it's all cooked like that, which is really cool. So like having this fixed hardware is easy, because you could say, hey, how do I get this game to run on my Steam machine? And there'll be community forums, and somebody just be like, boom, here's the recipe, because they know your specs. But if you have a PC with like a 5080 in it, a 5070, it's like, what do I do for the 5070? It's like, yeah, but what's your CPU? How much RAM do you have? You know, I mean, there's other factors in there. And it's sort of like, did you update your Windows drivers and stuff? So having the closed system does help a little bit with that there. And suspend and resume in the middle of a cutscene should work, right, Mango? Speaking of that. So those are the specs. It says supports 4K gaming. First off, it's not 2.1 HDR there, but supports HDMI. Supports 4K gaming at 60 frames with FSR, ray trace supported, 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. Well, the Steam Deck was weak. It's very weak. So something more powerful than a Steam Deck. Yeah. It's not really like, so what they were saying, what people were saying, Digital Foundry, like it kind of fits between the Series S and a PlayStation 5. It kind of sits the spec wise in there. But the thing is like, you know, the 8 gigabytes of memory is a little bit limiting, especially for modern games on there. Like you'll maybe run them, but it's gonna take a little bit of tweaking there. But you're right, it is really for like a Steam Deck extension. That's what's kind of you know, there. But yeah, before we get into how this thing is, you know, what I wanted to show is just kind of like, let me just see. I don't even know if this thing is even on anymore, because I think I'm getting rid of it, this thing. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys something while I hit that like button. 170 people in here. Let me see if this thing works. This experience. Oh my god, this thing's so horrible. Look at this. Whatever. Let me show you something cool. So let me just show you, like, we're going to get into, like, so this is really something where, how does this affect the PlayStation? We kind of said about the PlayStation, you know, with their games, and they could easily kind of leverage that with the PlayStation, you know, by kind of pulling back on the timing of their games. If this is all coming out with a PlayStation Store, Gabeness, that's right, Gabeness, Steph wants to know. So, they could do certain things, but for Xbox, this has to be the worst news here. That it's funny is that, before I get into the demo, before I get into showing you something here, what's funny is, like, you know, of all the companies, obviously 12 Degrees of Phil Ness had to comment, right? He has to say something because he has to be like, oh, it affects us, dude. This has to be the worst. This has the Series S Pro. I mean, that's produce. Yo, what's up, Thrifty? I said we're gonna be on. I'm gonna be on Thrifty's show later on tonight. Hit that like button again, grinders. It's just crazy that it's got to be the worst news. Like, Microsoft Phil had Sarah Bond out there hyping up, like, this Xbox PC, and it's like Steam just did it. Like, they're like, the future, dude. They just said screw the future. It's right now, done. Like, here it is. We did it. Thank you, Microsoft. Keep talking about it.
Number one customer.
Keep talking about it. It's a Steam Deck for the TV. Super heavy with the 5. Yeah, that's what it's like. Because this thing is not like 5080 or something like that, or even 4090 or something like that. It's low. That's why I think the price is going to be relatively lower for this thing. But emulation, that's what it's ready to cook. But let me just show you something, just to kind of show you how far and how bad this is for the Xbox PC. You know, the Xbox PC, that whole, like, the future of it. I got some roasting to do too. We got some roasting to do, grinding. So get ready, hit that like button. But what I wanted to just show you, and why my hell my camera's there? My awesome new setup here. That guy here. Here's my MSI claw with the Xbox experience on it. Jank City. Let me show you how the Steam Deck, my new baby. This is the Legion Go S with Steam OS on it. It is a blue, dude. I took this thing on my GRINDSCATION. Amazing. The grips. This thing is beautiful. Beautiful. I love, and watch this. Xbox, my Windows can never do this. Watch this. Hit the button.
You're my number one customer.
Here it goes. We're cooking. Right in the middle of a game. There it is. Look at this. Steam for the win. Look at this thing. It just boots up right in the friggin' game, dude. No updates. We're cooking. Steam OS is the shit on handhelds. That's all I'm saying. It is the shiznit. And that's what's going to be on the Steam machine, is this thing. And absolutely awesome. This thing runs beautifully. Like I had Dead by Daylight. It just works. Controller. I'm not dealing with this jank city of Xbox jank. Look at this. I'm just moving the mouse cursor around here. I don't know if this thing, I won't let me boot up from there. Let's see. Game Pass. And that's the other thing. This thing don't have, the Steam machine is like everything anti-Xbox. It's not Windows. It's not Windows. It does not have Game Pass on it. There's no Game Pass app. There's no Xbox app for Steam. There's no Windows on it. It's Linux. There's no Xbox Game Pass. There's no Xbox Cloud Gaming. There's no, you can sideload some shit, but you can't do any of it. It has nothing to do with Xbox. Like, it's a complete skip. There's no box in the name. It's called a Steam Machine, Phil. But this thing, get this trash. This Steam, insane. This thing, 8-inch screen, same thing as this claw. But what the overlay? Look at the slickness of it. Look at this. You could go up here. You jump into the game. You could do view game details. You could go like this. Look at this. Controller settings. And I know a lot of people that have Steam. Achievements. Guides. People upload guides. This is the Steam community. This is the stuff. It's awesome. Game recording, notes. You could even come in here and you could change. People come up with better game versions for the controller, dude. Look, there's community layouts. Not for this game though, but there's community layouts. If a game is not working, you could change it individually. And then I'll show you something else. And you just go into here. Dude. And this has the Z1 chip in it. So this has the one that's in the ROG Ally of last year. Oh, damn. I just fell into the waters. Oh, shit. I'm drowning. I didn't know about that. So, how many times I climb this thing and I keep falling into the water? And the proton layer. And you want to see something wild? Watch this. Ready? And this, so this don't have the new Z2 chip in it, but this thing runs great because, and the battery life is great because it's Linux and it's Steam. And it works. Watch what happens when I do something on here. Let's see how this works. Oh, well, first I want to show you this. Watch this. I'm going to do a video. We'll go through some of this stuff, but I just wanted to kind of show you. One of the cool things, too, is that, look, the performance. Look at it's so slick. You got your friends list. You got, and then you got this stuff. Decky. Dude, look at all these things I've done. Like, it is crazy. They have picture-in-picture. They have things that find deals on Steam. They have things on this thing where you customize it, and you basically, when you boot up a game, you'll see up in here in the corner, it'll tell you if it's a platinum or a gold, and they'll take you to like the configurations if it's a good running game or not. Dude, the OS that they got cooking on here, it is crazy. And watch this. You go to power, you go to switch to desktop, and then it's in the Linux desktop. And now you're in the Linux desktop. And this is where you can put all your things on there. And I got G Cloud, all that stuff, EMU deck, all that other stuff. And then watch, I'm going to go right back. Well, I booted up to Steam here. I'm going to go right back to Steam Deck. Now this is more powerful than return to game mode. And I got all these customization. I got videos playing and shit. Like, let's see. Which one's it going to show? When I boot it up. Got my Demon Slayer. There we go, baby. Woo! Dude, I got that one, and then I also got the let's see if it does the God of War one. I have the God of War one that goes Steam Deck God of War. Let's see. You customize it, man. You can put all backgrounds. It's a console. It's a friggin' console. And coming back to this after dealing with this crap and Windows updates and trash, coming to this was like a breath of fresh air, dude. A breath of fresh air coming to this. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this thing under a TV, dude, that is great. Yeah, look at that. There's a whole world of different videos you could do. You could do them every time you log in, log out. And then you got access to your I got to put a browser on here, the store. You got your whole store. Look at this. Look at this. Look, community, the work, your Steam sales. Dude, it's perfect for the handheld. It's perfect for the handheld. And it runs so, like, look at the freaking smoothness of this thing. I couldn't even. And then, like, I could stream my, look at this. I have PX Play, which is something awesome you could put on there. This basically turns it into a portal. You know, your PX Remote Play. Boot up my PlayStation from there. While that's booting up, I'll show you something else that's cool. And what's cool is I have this Heroic Launcher. So Heroic Launcher basically now is my whole Epic, my Epic library. So these are all my Epic games that I can install and launch. You could do Ubisoft. There's different stores. You could do Epic Store, GOG, Prime Gaming. So these are all access to my Epic games here. And then you could go exit that, and then come back to here. Here's my PlayStation. This is PX Play. Runs great. This is streaming from my PlayStation here. PX Play is awesome. But you see how fast I'm moving around this stuff? This thing would have 20 updates by now. Now look, I'm jumping to play. And this is now from PX Play off my PlayStation. Basically, the Steam portal. And it looks good. Runs great. Vibrations. No adaptive triggers, though. but we're good. And then you can go here and then watch this. Wait, watch this. You come over here and then you go, oh, and by the way, let's go to the arcades. Let's go to the arcades, grinders. Oh, yeah. No, we're not updating. Let's go play some Xbox. Let's go play some Xbox. Actually, I don't want to play this one. Because that has the song that comes on in the beginning. But anyway, I don't want to play that one. I was going to play some Xbox. Let's go back to the emulation. So you go like this. The PlayStation, I don't think I had working. There you go. Bloody Roar 2. A fan favorite of the grinders. Is box in the name, Phil?
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
That's what I said. This Steam machine, man, you get emulations, baby. Emulation. Emu deck. Emu deck. Oh man, I just hit my horse. Hold on. Back to here. Let that boot up. But yeah, I'm so convinced on SteamOS, man. It is. And then what I did is I remapped this back button here to the PlayStation button. So it just does that. I'm back to here. Bloody Roar. But anyway, and watch this, ready? You want to see something? This is the other thing, ready? You could be, and this is where Windows still can't do. And this is a quick rundown. I was just trying to just show you like the speed of SteamOS and on a hand. Yo, this, if you want a handheld right now, I recommend it. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not, no, there is a 650 version of this one. This is the 899 with the Z1 chip, but you can do the other ones. But dude, the Legion Go S with SteamOS, there's 2 versions of it. It's pretty awesome. Watch this. Ready? Okay, it's off. It's off. What would happen if you did that to Windows? Oh man, what would happen if you did that to Windows? Thing would be broken in half. Watch this. I'm gonna launch Silent Hill 2 because Phil says I can. Let's see what happens. It has to launch Steam, do the Xbox experience, wait for network. Yeah. Keep going. Watch this. Watch what happens with the SteamOS. Watch. Look at this jank. Look at that. Look at this thing. Look at all this and logging in and stuff. Watch this. Mid jump. What's going on? Silent Hill 2 is still launching. Watch this. Steam go. Mid jump. And dude, it will stay like that forever. As long as you have a battery life. Any game. The quick resume. Quick resume, like resume. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. We're still launching. Look. Oh, look at wonderful. Good job, Microsoft. Why is Silent Hill launching like this? What are we doing here? I had to fix it. Look, another jank. Look at this. Look at this jank. Look at this jank. Windows sucks. Look, it's in the old little screens. What's it? And see, look, the pop-ups. This is the full screen experience. Full bullshit experience, if you ask me. The full bullshit experience. We're still learning. We're thinking. We're learning. $1,200 devices. We're learning. We're thinking. Watch, swipe up. Oh, I'm gonna go back now to the dashboard. Oh, crap! Look at this. Look at this. Look at this Windows experience. What happened? I swipe up. I was supposed to get the icons where I could go between games. What's going on here? What are we doing here? Oh, Phil, what's going on? Why does it have my screen? I want to show the people the full screen experience. What happened? Maybe if I hit the Xbox button. Let's see. What's going on? Why am I This is Windows, dude. Oh, now I got MSI. Wait, let me get back. All right, hold on. Let me get back to silent. Look, a special office is a full screen window. Look at all these full screen windows they got here. Look at this thing. Oh my god, it's so. Maybe because box is in the name. Let me see if I can go. Oh, there we go. Now I can launch this thing. Finally. Let's see if I can bounce now to okay, Silent Hill. Now let me take me back to Xbox. Am I going back? I'm back. There we go. Phil, show me all the settings I could use, right? You got to go into here to do TDP. Meanwhile, on the Steam Deck, I like this. Like this. Step mid jump. Let's go. Let's go, Phil. Look, I'm playing games. Look at this. I'm playing games. I don't have to deal with your menus and shit. I'm playing games. Watch. Let me fix the TDP. Let me fix the TDP, Phil. Look at this. Oh, shit. Look at this. Look at this. I beat the guy's ass. I beat the guy's ass. Look at this. Let me go over here. Phil, hold on. Phil, let me show you something. Let me go to desktop mode. Yo, I think this thing will go up in flames if I did this to here. The Windows full screen experience. Phil, look, I'm in desktop mode. A few through things. Let me go to Chrome. Let me go over here. Let me do this. Do a little bit of work. Look at this. Let's go back to games. Phil, I'm going back to games. Phil, what's going on here? Well, I got ads. What's going on here, Phil? What happened? Look at this. I'm going back to desktop mode again. Nice little. Oh, you got my Demon Slayer. Get me all hyped up, ready to cook. This is the SteamOS experience. This is what Phil was promising. The future. This is what the future. What happened? Look at this. This is my library right here, ready to go. The stores, the friends, downloads. You go to settings. Look at this. I got the beta on here. Now you can download too with the screen open. Look at all the settings. Look at all these things. Did they update this thing? Look at this. The controller, the haptics. You could do cloud. Look at this. You could stream from my PC to this beautifully, all integrated into the operating system. Incredible. Look at the new hardware they're talking about on this thing. I turn this off and the battery stays beautiful and I don't have to worry about charging this thing. I'm ready to go. Phil, let me look. I go to Phil's home screen and let's see Phil. Phil shows me the last 5 games that I played and then a whole bunch of ads. All games that I don't. Look at this. These are none of my games, Phil. These are none of my games on my home screen. These are none of my games. Let's see what Valve does. Let's see what Gabe Newell does. Let me see. This is my look at this. Let's see what Gabe puts on my home screen. Let's see what Gabe puts on my home screen. Let's see. Gabe puts all my recent games up here, more than 5. And then shows me that I could go to my library from here. Show me my installed games, my favorite games. Beautiful. And then what happens? Oh, what's new? Oh, details about the games that I own. Interesting. And some recently updated apps on my device. So it tells me all about the stuff that I own. What games are trending among my friends? Here's some special offers. That sits on my home screen. And then my friends list, my friends, and then recommended games that I might be interested in all the way over here. Let's see that's what Gabe Newell puts on my Steam Deck. Let's see what Phil does on my homepage here. Phil says, here are the 4 games that you own. Here's your play history listed in this horrible thing. And what's crazy is that some of these games are not even on this device. Minecraft launcher, these via another device. Look at this trash. Why are you telling me about games that I played on other devices in my history? I want to see my library. Why do I care about my games, Phil? My games. Why is it so hard for me to go to my games? It should be my library right here. Why is this play history? And it's play history on other devices. Oh, you played this on another device. Well, what does that? Gears Reloaded beta. I click on this. Like, what? It's not here. Why do I want to know what I played on something else? Via PC. I played these on other PCs. These are not on here. I have to now go and look at this. Look at this. The full screen experience. I hit these things. Do you think I'll hit them and it'll take me? You think I'll hit them, right? Look at this. I can't even go back now to that play history. You think, dude, this thing is so freaking laggy. You think that you hit the shoulder buttons and it'll take you across installed queue this. Let's see what happens. That's what happens when I hit the shoulder buttons. This shoulder button don't work, but this one scrolls down. Very intuitive. You've seen this live. That's why I got my camera set up, to show you this stuff. This button is not functioning. Why is this button not functioning on here, Phil? This button's going down. This button doesn't work. What is this doing? Is this tab? I think this is a tab. This got to be a tab button, because that's exactly what it's doing. It's just tabbing over all the buttons. Because it's not a controller experience. It's a PC point and click experience, and you're basically using control buttons. This has got to be tab. Because it's just tabbing over. It's got to be tab. But look at this home screen. Featured. More discovered games. Recently added to Game Pass. Why would I want this if it's not on Game Pass? Game deals. Discover your benefits. Add-ons we picked for you. More popular with Game Pass. More Game Pass. Add-ons we picked for you. Look at this. They got add-ons we picked for you. Look at this. Yo. Add-ons we picked for you. And then we go down. Popular with Game Pass. And we duplicate it again. Phil's fluffing the menu screen. Adds on. Yo, it's the same thing. What are you duplicating this for, Phil? Why am I add-ons we picked for you? And then you do it. Add-ons we picked for you again. The fluffer. Game breaks. More games that I don't own. Atmospheric games. More games that are not in my library, but these are in Game Pass. Games under 10 gigabytes. These are not games that I own. Transgender and non-binary community games. They got a section. Yo, Phil. Dude. What the hell? Yo. That's a section. No comment. What the hell? Dude. We're action games, horror games. Like, let's go. We got Phil's picks for you, games under 10, transgender and non-binary community games, atmospheric games. What is this horse shit? And these are games I don't even own. Here are my games. Dude, what the? This is Gabe Newell. Gabe Newell. Here are all your games. And Gabe Newell says, go get you more games. Gabe Newell says there's more. Look, and my buttons work. Yo, Windows can never. Windows can never. There you go. Windows can never. And this is a more powerful machine than this. This is an Intel, the 2085. There you go. Full screen experience, still learning. This thing's a mess. And where's that cloud? Let's see, I click on cloud gaming. Look at this. Look at this thing. It is like, I feel like I'm just moving a mouse, like a mouse cursor across like an app. Look at their store. Look at this thing. Why is it so slow? Look at this. This still, I don't even know what, this buttons, it keeps tabbing. This just tabs. Look at this store. Where are your sales? Tested for handheld compatibility, game deals, picks for you, new games, top paid, games coming soon, top free games, Asphalt Legends. Mostly compatible. Mostly compatible. This is a mobile game. All right, there's a. And oh, here, this is the best. This is your library where it shows you install the 15 games. Yeah, Phil, watch this. Oh my God, this thing. So you got to click. The problem is you got to click on every single. You see what I mean? You got to click on every single selectable item because it's a mouse. Like you got to like in order. I can't just go to my games and write to a game. Look how many times I got to click, and it's annoying. Like you add install games, right? like you look, you're at install games, and you just want to get to your games. You got to go click down to all games, down to the installed menu, down to your game, because it's not made for controller. You see, because it's just basically you're basically go to a web page and press down arrow, and that's basically what this is. It's a web page with down arrows. So there you go. So Microsoft is in deep doo-doo with the Steam machine, because that experience that I just showed you, that's the competition. And you had to come out as good as that Steam Deck. And that Steam Deck just blew you out of the water. Your app is not ready. Your interface is not ready. You're trying to shove all your Microsoft bullshit. And on top of that, this Windows experience, this experience, going back and forth, like, going back and forth to desktop. I showed you I went to the desktop. You swipe this up, Windows desktop. Watch how much Windows is background. Watch how easy. Watch. You think it's going to boot into the desktop because it's in this gaming optimized system, right? Because you're in the full screen experience. I'm going to go into desktop. It's going to have to boot up, right? It has to boot up. Watch this. Watch how fast it goes, because this shows you how much of Windows is still active. Watch. Windows desktop. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. We're there. Blink it. We're there. Dude, we're there. Look, we're there. We're in Windows. We're there. I just pressed the button. Look, we're swiping up. Look, we're in Windows. There's the jank. We're in. Dude, it flickered. It was a flick. It flickered. Now I got my Windows. Look, here's Teams. What else is up here? There's Teams. Yeah, we're back. We're Windows. Yeah, OneNote, because you want OneNote on your gaming machine, right? I want OneNote. I want LinkedIn. I want calculator there. I want Notepad. I gotta get my photos. I got Paint. I gotta get Microsoft Paint. It gotta be on there too. I gotta get them all on there. Let's see. What else did you put on here? Oh, I need the calculator. I need Copilot. Satya says I got to put Copilot on there. Let's see what else is on my gaming machine. The family. I don't know what the family is. The feedback hub. I need that. I need the feedback hub. I need that. What else do I need? Get help. I need that. Get started. What else I need? I needed the media player. Microsoft Clip Champ. Yep, I need a Microsoft Clip Champ on there. I needed, what else I need? Office language preferences. I needed that. That needed to be on there. See? That needed to be on there. Office. What else is on there? Who else? Oh, phone link. That needed to be on there. Paint. Outlook. I got to get my email when I'm playing. I got to have Outlook on here because I got to do that one in between Silent Hill games. I got to have that. I gotta have the snipping tool. I need the circumcise. I need that on there. I need sticky notes, obviously. I need terminal. Who's not gonna go around with codes? I need terminal. I need to be popping off. I need to be popping off some of my Linux, some of my line entries. I need to do terminal. Obviously, I need terminal on there. I need all this goodness. All right, let's go back to play games. Let's go, Phil. I'm gonna go back to play games now. Thank you for. Go back to play games, Phil. I want to go back to full screen. Let me go back to full screen, Phil. Can I go back? I'm back. But I still got my bar up. Wait. How do I go back? Oh, enter full screen experience. There we go. So Steam has a really cool thing. I got to restart my whole computer. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. Bye, Silent Hill. Bye. I'm restarting the whole computer. Updates are here. Uh-oh. Dude, you can't write this shit. Look at this. Oh, doing Windows updates. Oh, fuck out of here with this shit. Get the hell out of here. Meanwhile, Steam Deck. Meanwhile, on the Steam reboot, look, it's installing Windows updates. Shit. Fucking knocking my microphone over. Look at this. Oh, shit, I'm going to play Contra while it's still, watch this. I'm going to, Steam. It's number 7. Hey, yo. 15%. Look at this. This is the difference. Here's your difference right here. Windows updates, Steam OS. Tell me who's buying an Xbox PC. Tell me. Who buying? I'm almost there, 20%. Meanwhile, my Steam Deck. Look at this. I restarted it doing Windows updates. Look at this. Let's play some games while we wait for updates. Do you see this shit? And these are the people that are talking the most. You'll hear more about it. These are the ones that can't shut the fuck up. These guys. These guys don't say anything, and they just dropped like quality hardware today. Just like PlayStation, just like Nintendo. These guys don't shut the fuck up. They had Sarah Bond touring the country. Touring the shit. Oh, this is the first time the Windows team is working with the other teams and other. Yeah, keep working. I'm at 30%. Keep working. Keep working. Look, this is what gamers want to do. Not this shit. This. Let me play some Contra, bitch. This game's awesome anyway. Operation Garuda. Yo, this shit's great. This guy 9 grindhouses. Oh shit, I'm dead. What's going on, Phil? Let me stop my gaming session. What's going? Oh, what happened? Did we update it? Oh, it's updating. It's rebooting again. Yay, Phil. Meanwhile, I'll go back to Steam Deck. Watch this. What? Resuming, connecting to Steam. Sync. Back again. Woo! Phil, you still up? Phil's still booting up. Phil's still booting up. I'm gaming already. Whoop that ace. Phil, you ready? Oh, Phil's not ready yet. All I wanted to do was enter the full screen experience, and look what happened. Oh, I'm back at 30%. Look at this shit. Look at this. All I wanted to do was go to the full screen experience. Oh, man, I'm almost there, Phil says. Keep my computer on. Oh, shit. It says to keep your computer on. 98%. Phil's still going. Yo, do you see this shit? And these guys think that this is what people want. The power of Windows for gaming. My balls.
Have an exciting life now.
The power of Windows powers your gaming. My balls power my gaming.
I can go directly to blackness.
That's where you go. I'm still playing, Phil. By the way, all right, we'll pause it now. We'll get back to why you suck again, Phil. It's still we're starting again. This is Windows, dude. I am getting rid of this thing. After I got this, I am done with Windows on handhelds. They could wipe my ass. I am done with this trash. It's more of this bullshit just to play a game when I got through so much stuff already on this. Steam OS is the shit. All right? Between this, the portal, who needs to deal with this shit? And this is more powerful. Its updates are still on the way, Phil. Phil. What's going on?
Go back and look at the. It's
Phil.
Where that box is in.
Holy crap! I'm finally back. Woo! I'm back. I returned. What's going on? What are you installing? Launching. We're still launching. Holy! All I wanted to do was. It doesn't even work. Look, it doesn't even work. Look at the controller. I can't even select anything. Look at this. Look, nothing's moving. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see this live, Grinded? Do you see this live? There's no sleight of hand here. I hit enter full screen experience. Look, what am I can't select anything. You know what I have to do? Watch. I have to touch the screen. Now I could select it. You saw that live. I can't drop it. I can't throw this thing because I'm selling this shit. Bad. Meanwhile, please, I've done it enough. I'm getting myself pissed off. I don't want to go play games. But yes, those are the ones. These are the ones that can't shut up about it. So you can see why, dude. Yeah, I gotta put SteamOS or Bazite on there. So that's why when you see the Steam Deck, you see the Steam machine, Xbox PC is cooked. It's done. It doesn't have Windows. It doesn't have Xbox Game Pass, their subscription service. It doesn't have anything. And that's why Phil had to do a sad tweet to pretend that he's the 12 degrees of Phil Ness. Hit that like button, grinders, because Phil Spencer had to nobody else. Nobody else said anything. Sony didn't say shit. Nintendo didn't say anything. But Phil Spencer had to come out. Of course, he has to say something. Nobody said an EA, Ubisoft, all the third-party publishers. Nobody said anything. But here he comes, sleazy slimeball Phil.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're gonna love my nuts. Watch this. You can do everything.
Look at this clown. Hasn't been seen talking about hardware at all. Sarah Bond's been the one running her mouth. And Phil Spencer comes out here like, look, guys, look at me. He's the guy Stewart from Mad TV. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Here's Phil. Getting his grubby hands on this. Like, this is a part of them. Dude, this has nothing to fucking do with you. So stop trying to make yourself part of this announcement. This is not you. And that's exactly what he's trying to do here. This is a marketing ploy. Like, oh, this is part of their thing. Dude, you can't put your name on anything. Dude, this has nothing to do with you. And that's the sad part. And this is such an exposure of this clown trying to shovel his shit and get his nose in somebody else's business to make it look like it's his plan, it's his idea, it's his vision. This fucking ain't your vision. Go back and fix the Windows Store and that trash app that I just showed you. Get your sleazy hands out of here because this has nothing to do with you. There's no Windows on this thing. There's no Xbox Game Pass. There's no xCloud app. You fucking suck. You're nothing relevant to this at all. It's not even your Xbox controller. They made their own controller. They said, keep your bullshit with your AA batteries. That's what Valve said. Said, keep your bullshit. We got our own controller. That's not no Xbox branded Meta Quest. That's their own shit. Yeah, Phil, everybody's doing their thing and nobody's choosing you. So get your face out of here. But he's the only one. I didn't see PlayStation congratulating Valve. I didn't see EA and the biggest publishers, Rockstar and I didn't see anybody congratulating them. But Phil has to cry. Let's read what Phil said when he cried. Gaming moves forward when players and developers have more ways to play and create, especially across open platforms. Expanding access across PC, console, and handheld devices reflects a future built on choice. They're not choosing you. Core values and guided Xbox's vision from the start. What does this have to do with Xbox? As one of the largest publishers on Steam, $80 billion to say that. That's an $80 billion phrase right there. We welcome new options for players to access games everywhere. Congrats on today's announce. You could tell he was so upset because he didn't even finish the word announcement. He said today's announce. Phil, what level are you? How high up the chain are you? Congrats on today's announce. Interesting. If you want to look at psychology, you could see where his emphasis was. Did he run out? Phil's a blue check mark. He could fit announcement in there. But see, the point is that this was poised as a congratulations to Valve. But you could see where his efforts were in. He didn't focus on the last sentence. That was just the way of trying to loop him shit in there. He wanted to send the message of like, see, Xbox has this vision as well. And that's why the word today's announce, he didn't finish it because that wasn't the main message here. That was the sleazy Phil Ness to make it look like this is something of theirs. He had to insert himself. That's right, Leech. He had to insert himself.
Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts.
He woke up with that straight. He had to insert himself into here. I'm going to look at like it's a congratulations, but I'm going to put my fuck shit in there. And that's exactly what he did. The only person, nobody else, Nintendo didn't congratulate. Nobody said shit. And if you are the largest publisher on Steam, where are the congratulatories from the other publishers? Did Ubisoft send out one? Did EA send a congratulations to Steam? Did all the indies send them out? No. Let's read those roasts, grinders. Let's read those roasts. J-Dub says, your own personal ABK email link shows that this was not your plan all along. Get him, J-Dub. Amy the Hood and Satya, Phil said, Even as I type this, I know I shouldn't, but I can't help myself. We lived 7 years of starting off a generation with price and performance and messaging disadvantages to PS4 and Xbox with Xbox One. I have to admit this morning when I woke up knowing the PS5 reveal was today, that the stress level was higher than normal. Now, after almost 12 hours of soaking in their unveiling, take apart their specs and looking at the community responses, I just want to say I'm proud of our team. We have a better product than Sony does, not just hardware, but equally important on the hardware platform and services. We have ingredients of a winning plan. I felt the feedback from BOD discussion was being too confident, and maybe this was just to reinforce that perception. I get the need to be humbly confident, but today was a good day. We haven't won anything. We still haven't won. I know we have hard discussion about pricing, P&L, and investments. This email isn't trying to scoop any of that. These discussions really matter, but I can take confidence that our product. Dude, he was feeding this horse shit to Satya and Amy the Hood. Amy the Hood probably wants to stomp Phil out. Amy the Hood is going to take Phil and just smack him up the streets. This is a good day for Xbox. The title is Sony PS5 Reveal, and he says it's a good day. Thanks for indulging me. Phil, you suck again. My goodness. This sounds like Satya made you read this. You practically hear PR team shouting, remember, open platforms, cooperation, synergy. You guys got whipped by Nintendo and Sony, and now you're about to get destroyed by this. You guys want to kill Xbox and Windows. You literally helped them out. Oh, man. This could have been you guys, but the lack of vision and leadership led to someone else picking up the slack. Grindhounds. You are on like Plan D at this point. Windows devices can't compete with Steam OS either. I just showed you that live. Dude, I just showed you that live. What a Steam OS versus a PC handheld. I just showed you live the console experience. You would think that the Windows experience would be built off of the console of 25 years, and it looks like it just came out of the sweatshop over the weekend. That's the craziest thing. You would think that the Windows device would be the most polished one since they have a console using a controller for 25 years and a user UI that they've been updating for 25 years. You would think that the Windows experience would be that. And meanwhile, that one looks like it was made over the weekend by the bootleg team. Incredible, right? Steam just beat Xbox to market. How long before Skippy tries to put Xbox sticker on the Steam machine? They're not going to. Windows is not on there. It's not anything to do with Microsoft. That's why he said we're the biggest publisher on Steam. It's like, dude, yeah, what? Steam? Minecraft? Like, what? Like, stop. It's the most petty way to insert yourself into this announcement. This has nothing to do. This is your competition. This is your competition because this competes. This puts Linux in the living room. Maybe a dedicated gaming OS instead of an app. Exactly. More opinions and less Xbox consoles. More options and less Xbox consoles. Microsoft is the plague of gaming. Shut your fraudulent ass up, Phil. You lie more than Donald Trump. Babe, this totally messes up your next hardware plans. PlayStation will dominate the console market, and people who want to use Steam and avoid Windows will go for a Steam box. Rock and a hard place for Microsoft gaming. I said that. That's why I like that. I said that exactly. And look, I got 1K likes. I said that. I said their Xbox PC is like, it's too much PC to be for the console players, and it's not enough PC to be
You're
for
my number one
PC
customer.
gamers. Phil, the problem is communication. See how everybody loves and trusts Valve? Clear communication and commitment. This is how you brand becomes likable. The problem is with Xbox, we can't trust any news and announcements from you anymore. Do better. Look at these likes, dude. Like I said, this is the worst thing for Xbox. Let me get to these chats here. I kept you guys waiting here. Sorry. The super chats. Oh, D-E! Oh, yo, I missed. Oh, man, you guys, I got raging with the video camera on. Sorry about that. Let's see. Super Hemi with the 2. He goes, it's a Steam Deck for the TV. And then he says, I think you missed my chats. I think that was the one. D-E! D sent 5 VIPs to the house. Oh, man, we got VIPs. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. We're getting there. Let me get to the 283. There we go. We're cooking. We're on our way. Almost a Grindhouse sponsored stream there. The Caulfields with the 10. He goes, Steam fuck. Microsoft and PlayStation gave more longevity to PlayStation 5. I was already considering not buying a PS6 day one, but now my Pro's 2030 lifespan. But yeah, PlayStation already won. And again, it's the library, it's the technology, and again, it's going to be the capability. See, that's the thing. Like, also with the PlayStation 6, the Caulfields, like, the thing is that the PlayStation 6 is going to be custom built architecture where their games take advantage of it. And that's going to be the uniqueness of it. Yes, they all go on the TVs, a Steam machine, a PlayStation, an Xbox, but it's going to be the game libraries and the hardware that they're delivering for the price and the games. So that's going to be very important there. Glassdoor Game with the 5, he goes, Jez, if you think SteamOS is great, you should try to move your desktop to Linux. No restart and bad updates, no AI, no privacy attacks or viruses. And no, but man, and the Proton's pretty good with the compatibility stuff. Like, yeah, I go into that desktop on the Steam Deck and on the SteamOS, man, and it's clean, man. It's clean. It's clean. But it's perfect for a handheld. I don't know if I want to go full in there. Pause. But yeah, I know, like, you know, the Windows and Windows got really bad. You know, with Satya putting AI and all this bloat stuff where you boot up a new computer. I just got to start up a new computer. It's like, oh, we want us to take snapshots. Do you want us to have Office? Do you want OneNote? Do you want to subscribe for this? You got Game Pass. You want to get Copilot on here. And I click on it. It says Copilot not loaded. And it's just so janky. All right, what hardware won't I get? That's right, you know. But it's really tough for Microsoft now, because this thing is less of a competition. Like, see, I said, Sony with the games and stuff, it's definitely something that Sony could adjust and pivot and may now seem as competition. But for Xbox PC, I just showed you the competition in the handhelds. That is going to be basically what this is. And what Sarah Bond said they're premium device. So they might even be more money than this thing, much more money. But you know what's very interesting about this? I don't know. Does it? I don't know. But that's the thing. Steam, I don't know if a SteamOS has a word processor package. No, Microsoft offers that to you. Yo, Michael, I missed yours, Super. What the hell? I missed yours? Hold on. Where's Michael's? Oh my God. Sorry, Michael. I forgot that one. Oh, there we go. Yo, you guys are going crazy. I'm sorry about that. Borba came with the 2. He goes, God of War, Last of Us, Returnal, Uncharted, all PC. Fuck. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the library of PlayStation Impact. And then Michael Meridian with the 5, he goes, remember when they wanted to get into China? Maybe the launcher is geared more towards them. They may not care about using another launcher. And you're right, like, but you see what they're doing in China too, is they're launching the console out there too. So like now they got people's appetite wet with the with the friggin' with the PC games over there. Now they're starting to introduce the console, hopefully get that conversion in there as well. So it is a global play. They may just do it. Like, you know, especially, you know, Steam now is going to be kind of knocking on their ground here with a console. I can see Sony going like, you know, let's hold off on this stuff. You know, let's do it. The Caulfield with the 10 VIPs. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. You know what? I didn't even open up my I was so crazy about this thing here. I didn't even open up my my Grindhouse thing here. But I add that over to this. Thank you so much, man. We're oh shit, 293. Oh man, you're gonna choose. The last time you won, you made me play Baby Steps. 7 more, and you're gonna be voting another one there. I'm not playing Baby Steps, but again, whatever you guys choose, I will have to play. So there it is. But yeah, thank you. I want to get that shout out to all the VIP gifts. This one, just shout out to all those that gave the VIPs. I appreciate it. But let's after we get let's roast. Oh, there we go. Shout out to the VIP gifts. The Caulfield D. Thank you. I forgot to put my soundboard up. Yeah. man. It's been crazy. But yeah, like I said, this has to be one of the worst like news months since September. It's been just bad. And let's end the poll now and see. Wow, so look at this. What ended the poll? What do you think? Look at these results. Are you interested in a new Steam machine? We have 59% of the Grindhouse says no, 41% say yes. Wow. I thought more would be interested in it because it is interesting to do that. But again, if you don't have a big Steam library, then yeah, this is not very interesting to you. You know? But the introduction of this machine is really, like, again, and one of the things I was thinking about, so there's a couple of things, right? One is that as soon as that SteamOS became something that OEMs could use, Microsoft raced to talking about the Xbox full screen experience, right? Remember, as soon as that SteamOS was available for Lenovo to put it on this thing, Microsoft raced out there and said, we have to fix Windows. Now, they were talking about the next gen Xbox PC open platform type thing, and boom, Valve drops this. And it's coming out in early 26, where Microsoft's thing doesn't sound like it's coming out until another 2 years from now. And Valve and Steam could easily just upgrade these things and continue from that. But it is crazy that they increased the, and you can see, they increased the price of Game Pass to $30. They increased the price of their console. They announced their biggest franchise going to PlayStation and Halo. They ended the Halo Infinite saga. That's done. 5 years, it just made it alive. It didn't even make 10. Then on top of that, this thing launched this full screen Xbox experience with the ROG Ally at $1,000. And the worst part about it is Windows and the Xbox full screen experience. The part of the ROG Ally X, the Xbox is the weakest link. So that thing is trash. Everybody loved the hardware, but the software still sucks. And Windows, as they're adding updates and learning, it sucks. Now, after that, they hype up the Windows Xbox PC type thing, this open platform and this and that. And just a week or so later, Steam drops it right here. Steam drops the friggin' console. Steam machine. Coming out early next year. Basically took everything that Microsoft was trying to tease and hype and said, boom, here it is. And people played it. It works. You know the experience because you already did it on a Steam Deck. You have it in Steam Big Picture mode. And boom, it goes. Completely deflated everything Xbox PC because this is what people wanted. They don't want Windows bloat. And the Xbox experience showed that it's not doing anything but just stopping the start bar. I showed you how I switched from desktop mode. It didn't reboot. Basically, it just said, "Up, here's the it just flickered and it's like, oh, here's the taskbar." And granted, yeah, like this is a start, Mr. Tennis. Like it's only 8 gigs of VRAM. Like it's not a lot. This thing is not good. This is not the 4K GameCube. Like it's gonna run decently. And I think because of Linux and similar on the thing of the Steam Deck. Like the Steam Deck is lower specs than all these powerful Windows PCs that are running Z2 chips that are burning through battery. But the Steam Deck holds its own with weaker hardware, similar to the Switch. And that's because they created this thing. They got the thermals down. They got the VRAM. They got the operating system in there that's going to utilize this, just like a PlayStation, just like a Switch. And that's the point of a console. It's an optimized system that actually puts out more power than it should, more performance than it should. That's always the idea of a console. It's a closed, optimized machine that puts out more performance than the specs should say.
You're my number one customer.
And that's where I think this is going to be. It is not going to blow the PlayStation 5 or PS5 Pro out of the water, but it's there. And I think it's going to run games. I probably run games better than the Series X. So I don't know. But like I said, I have more powerful machines that do that, and we'll see. It depends on the price. If this thing's sitting at $700-800, I'm not going that way. I'll keep what I got. I got my laptop basically is my desk I got it hooked up as a console basically with a 5080 in it. That I kind of it just rocks. But maybe this gets thrown around and another TV somewhere if it's like $500 or something like that. As a way, just like an emulation station, because that's one of the things I kind of wanted. I just want something where I could just throw tons of ROMs on it, and it's like an arcade box, and that's what this thing's perfect for. Depends on the price, though. But I'm interested in it. But I'm excited about this competition because I think this is exactly what it needs, and this is gonna. And now the thing is, what I was saying about Microsoft, what the pressure is now. What is the differentiator between an Xbox PC and this? They're both open platforms, but you want to know what this is? This doesn't have, I said before, Xbox Game Pass. It doesn't have Windows. It's not going to have Satya Copilot on it. This is not a Copilot PC. This is a dedicated gaming cube to promote Steam storefronts. And this is not a Copilot. This is not an AI box. This is not Game Pass. This is not a Xbox streaming box. Nope. This is far from anything Microsoft. This is the anti-Microsoft. And will probably be cheaper than a Microsoft product. So you got to sit here and think like they're screwed right now. Their Xbox full screen experience did not meet the expectations of what everybody wanted. It's not an Xbox OS. It's basically the app, which everybody hates. So already, a Windows Xbox PC is not attracting at all. Nobody wants a Windows computer with an Xbox app slapped on it. That failed. And and that's what I mean. That rubbed the whole industry the wrong way because they're like, wait, this is not it doesn't play your Xbox games. This is just the Xbox app in full screen mode. This has nothing to do with Xbox at all. It doesn't even play the games. And it doesn't make my Windows PC run better because it's shutting down things. It's not. So that whole Xbox PC thing now is messed up. It's done. Like the market already you have one time to make a first impression, and that first impression is like, yo, Windows sucks for gaming. But we deal with it. And the Xbox app is garbage. And now Steam calls to arms going exactly what people wanted. A slim system with no bloat and Steam OS. Yeah, there are limitations, but they just wiped the floor with Xbox PC. Then Microsoft now probably has to sit around and go, yo, what are we doing? What are we going to do? Maybe just put the Xbox OS on there or something. I don't know. Do something. So they're running around right now, headquarters right now. They're going, yo.
Prepare ship! Prepare ship! Prepare ship! Prepare ship!
Dude, they're running around like crazy right now. They are running around like crazy because this is a direct competitor. Just when Microsoft is talking about open platforms and Xbox PC, you know what's crazy? And I'll get to the chats and thank you again for I'll get to that stuff. But I just want to get this thought out is what's crazy is that the one differentiator between this and an Xbox PC is the Xbox. And that's the thing that they're giving up. Isn't that crazy? And this thing puts so much pressure on Microsoft to now deliver with, guess what? More pressure on Game Pass because that's a differentiator. More pressure on xCloud because that's a differentiator. The things that are not on this are the things that Microsoft sucks in. They got to make Game Pass the thing. They increased the price to $30 a month. Oops, who knows how much it's going to be by the time their console comes out. They have no exclusive games. They put all their games day one on this box. No stagger releases. They need this. Just like, and what's hilarious, let me get to this thing right here. Just like what Reggie Fils-Aimé said. They are in such a predicament now that they need this. They can't pull out of any. They can't go back and go, hey, you know what? Let's just do exclusives. Let's just listen to Reggie, and then I'll get to the chats and stuff. But listen to what Reggie says. Here, if I had him, where is Reggie? Shit, I thought I bookmarked him. Reggie, why doesn't that shit bookmark? Damn it. I had Reggie bookmarked. I don't know where he went. Well, I'll find it in a bit. But like what Reggie said was that like they're in a position where they need PlayStation because they are now a big publisher. They need that stuff. They need PlayStation now. So like they are so entrenched now in being the largest publisher that they need the places where their games will sell. And they need that. So they can't pull back and go, hey, you want to know what? You want to know what? Like, oh yeah, we're going to keep exclusives. No, there are no exclusives. That's why Phil had to come out there and just kind of like, he came out there with that tweet, and it was like this. It was like, because he knows that this thing is everything that's going to compete with what they're trying to do. And he knows that. That's why he had to come out there. That tweet was a tweet of defeat. That was just like, oh, fuck, like, you guys are doing this shit again. Like, you're doing this. So, yeah, it is bad timing. Bad timing there. And you already see. And look at the messaging. Everybody just ran goodbye Windows. And there's another thing, another negative connotation for Microsoft and Xbox. We don't need Windows. Steam just answered everything we wanted. Brought back the Steam machine and Steam OS under my TV. We don't need your full screen experience. We don't need you to figure your shit out. We don't need you. We didn't need you with Game Pass at $30 a month. We don't need your expensive consoles. We don't need your expensive handheld PCs with jank-ass Windows app and Xbox app on there with Windows updates because you want to shove Copilot and Office and Calculator and screenshots and all this horse shit that Satya wants and not focus on gaming. We got a gaming box here. We got a gaming Steam Deck. We got a gaming PlayStation. And we got a gaming Switch. So Microsoft, their bishop has been exposed. Now everybody sees the dirt that they've been trying to pigeon. You know, like when they say what do they call it? The fat or something like that, when they try to pass a law and they throw a whole bunch of other bullshit in there to try to get it under the radar, like shovel it in there. They trim the fat. They put the fat in there. There's some line for it. But that's exactly what Microsoft's been doing now. They've been trying to shove all their Microsoft bullshit into this stuff, and everybody's just focusing on gaming and games. And that's what people want, and that's the stuff that's selling. We don't need Windows anymore. Steam answered it. So Xbox, good luck to you with your Xbox PC. This is probably the worst time for you to try to be doing this. Like I said, you can't, the pork, exactly, the pork, that's what it is. But Xbox is competing with TikTok, Hero says. Oh, shit, yeah. They lost that one, too. Let me see what I got here. The call fields, I got Super Emmy. He goes, PlayStation knew about this. That's why they're doing that cross-buy with PlayStation and PC. Now PlayStation launcher makes sense. You're right. You know what? Now that I'm thinking more about it, on Monday I said no. I said that would be bad, but I thought they were relying on Steam. But maybe they need to do that. You know, maybe that's where they're going with it. You know, make a PlayStation store so they can protect their IP from not going on to something that could directly compete with them, like the Steam machine. Maybe it makes sense now. But I don't know if Sony's just going to give away free PC things. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they're in a position to do that either with a cross-buy. I don't think it'll be retro. Who knows? Glassdoor Gaming with the 5. He goes, PlayStation has been marketing the console first aggressively lately. Even that monitor they debuted yesterday, more console marketing than PC. I noticed that too, Glassdoor. Yeah. And you want to know what? We are in the second phase now. Astrobot didn't make it over there. The Ghost of Yote. No mention of it on PC. I got that Gran Turismo announcement yesterday. Was Gran Turismo going to PC? Nope. Gran Turismo not going to PC. And now they got their second wave. They got Soros. They got Intergalactic. They got Wolverine. Probably a Spider-Man Venom game. They got their second round because remember, they're halfway through the generation, according to the lady said. And the thing is that they need to make sure that they lock people into that PlayStation ecosystem because they got to sell you a PlayStation 6. You know what I mean? Just like at the end of the PS4, that's when they cooked because they got everybody on that high to roll them into the next generation. We're in that second wave now. We had a little bit of a low, a little bit of some head scratches, but we got some good games in between. But now they got to transition people. So they got to say, you're coming home. And maybe they'll sprinkle some shit on there. Maybe they put out a PlayStation store. But Sony remained flexible. Like I said, they always dabbed their toe in the water enough where they could get out and do it. Phil ripped off all of his clothes, jumped in face first into the shallow end of an ice bucket of a pool. And he is drowning. He can't get out. Sony went in there and said, you know what? Herman's like, let me test this water out and take off my slipper. I'm going to put my slipper in the water and feel, oh, that's a little cold. I'll just give a little bit of PC love, just a little bit of game there. But I could always pull out my foot under the water and walk away plenty dry. Phil Spencer's like, cannonball! But Phil, it's shallow water. Cannonball! Phil, you went too far in, Phil. Now you're drowning, and there's no life vest. They always went too far, too fast.
I can go directly to blackness.
They never tested the waters out to make sure that if shit don't go right, we could always pull back and get people back on Xbox. Dude, they went full in. They're like, just like when they could pull out a Game Pass and say, you know what, let's sell Call of Duty for the year. Nope.
Black Ops 6 day one Game Pass.
Black Ops
pretty
6
clean,
day-
right? Like,
Some people said I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Dopey ass. And now you're sitting there, Amy the Hood wants money. Like, come on, dude. But yeah, Sony was able to dab a little bit of day one games, all service games. Maybe we'll put here's a dab of Helldivers on Xbox. Little dabs. Sony spread a little bit, but just enough that, hey, if shit hit the fan, they could pull back. Now, Sony FAFO sometimes, maybe they didn't, but they can start pulling back. Microsoft, Xbox just went full in because they didn't give a shit about games. They don't care about their IP. They don't care about their shit. They don't care. They just want to shove Copilot up your ass and Satya smiles. That's all they want. But their bullshit's getting called out now because everybody's doing their own thing and nobody's choosing them. Like Phil said, it's about choice. That's the bitch answer. That's when you're losing. It's a choice. You are a $4 trillion company. You should make you the choice. How are you a $4 trillion company and you walk around like a friggin' prancing around going, it's a choice, it's a choice, it's a choice. You're $4 trillion balls deep. If you're $4 trillion, Apple comes out there going, bitch, iPad, get it now or you're a sucker. They make you feel bad if you don't get the new shit. They make you go, yo, you're an old dude. We got a new liquid bullshit on here. You're fucking old school, man. Get up here. If you don't get the iPad 7, you're out of it. We're going to slow down your updates and shit. They make you feel bad. You have a brand new device that's only a year old and Apple makes you feel like you bought something 20 years ago. That's what you do when you got balls. You don't go, here's the new iPad 7. It's a choice. Fuck out of here. Buy the 7. You're old as shit. You're not there. That's what they do. That's what Apple does. I just bought this last year. Woohoo. Shit, that's old. Give that to your grandma. Shit, that's old. Line up for the iPad 7, bitch. We got fucking a third camera in there. You need fucking 4 cameras. But I had 3 last year. You're old. Give grandma. That's a grandma iPad. Put some fucking flowers on that shit. Put it in a case and flowers and spray with perfume. You got to get the new one. You imagine if those Apple dudes came out there and they're like, the new iPad. It's a choice. Phil Spencer, you are a $4 trillion company and you run around prancing around in a goddamn miniskirt. Going around like, it's a choice. That's why nobody's choosing your bitch ass. Because you don't make people want to choose you. You just put bullshit out there and scream it's a choice. Dude, that's the bitch answer. You are the largest company in the world. You make people choose you or bust. But they don't do that. And that's why everybody's doing their own shit. They're like, oh yeah, Phil, you can run around and prance around talking about it's a choice. We're not choosing your ass. We ain't choosing you. We're going to choose Linux. We're going to choose PlayStation. We're going to choose Switch. We're going to choose all this other shit. We ain't choosing your shit. So you can keep, well, here's a TV. And you want to know what's crazy? While Steam is answering gamers, this is the craziness. While Steam is cooking, while they're cooking, announcing hardware, here's your choice, right? Here's your choice. Look, here's your choice. This is what Xbox is doing.
Is an Xbox.
This is what Xbox is doing. While Steam is cooking with video games and showing the Steam Deck, here's Microsoft today.
Hi, I'm an Xboxer, and this is an Xbox. Remote me. And straight from your LG Smart TV. It's that easy. Glove. This is an Xbox.
This is bullshit. That's what they're doing. That's the same, dude, this shit came out today. An LG TV 7 hours ago, and Steam is like, bitch, here you go. This is not an Xbox, and you don't want it to be. But Phil will come around and go, it's an Xbox. It's a choice, dude. Nobody wants that shit. People all talking about this. Nobody talking about LG TVs can play Xbox games. That's why they suck, and they always will suck. And we're going to watch them suck and drown out because they are a joke to video games. Xbox is a joke to video games. They became a laughing joke. Everybody, you see, like, look, they have been so, look at this. Holy smokes, I have a new LG TV and it's an Xbox. Let's go. Best ecosystem. And then they got some ass suckers over here. Yes, sir. Let's go. Training ARC sponsored by Game Pass. Cloud gaming is horrible. Too much lag, even on fiber. Also, really compressed video on a TV. All storage for caching data makes it even worse. Why are you clowns even making an Xbox console if this is the garbage you choose to market? Fire your marketing team and focus on actual Xbox console. They couldn't fund to finish Perfect Dark, but somehow cash to burn on cringeworthy YouTube ads. I have GPUs, a PC, and Xbox. I would love to play a phone on the go. Hey, Xbox, I'm a former boxer too. I never buy anything from you again. Aren't you tired of these crappy ads? Who the hell cares? Exactly. That's why I said that they are a joke now. This has been the worst month and a half of Xbox news to just destroy the brand. And now everybody's capitalizing on it. PlayStation celebrating its 5-year anniversary, 84 million consoles sold, Steam announcing a console that just beat Xbox PC. Craziness. Let me get these chats. My goodness. But yeah, you'd think a $1 trillion company will have a little more gusto and just be like, you know, get this now. But no, it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. But nobody choosing you. Phil Ness. PC Gamer roasted the shit out of him, too. And that's the thing. Everybody went to him. But let me get these chats before I get to this last article here on these things. Stephen Leone, remember 20 months ago, if this Steam machine is modular, it will kill Windows PC. Upgradability with no bloat, I'm down to try. But VR is what I'm excited about. That's me. F-Meta. If it's good, I know. I'm excited about it too, man. It has a dongle, Steve, that you basically can play wirelessly with your any PC on there, which is pretty damn cool. And Steve Leon with the 10 VIPs. Yo, thank you so much. That means I gotta play a game. You guys hit it. Steve Leon took you over the edge. Took me over the edge. Phil Spencer said this is what Phil Spencer today in that tweet. He was like this. Where is he? Phil Spencer like this.
Is that a deal?
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags. very calm day until this. A bump in the road comes, and she be sarcastic. I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels. Never see this face again.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
Here it comes!
I was on a very calm day until this. Oh man, let me get to those VIPs. Yo, shout out to wait, let me get this shit. Yo, Steve Leon with the 10 VIPs, and then we also had the 10 VIPs here. That puts us over the edge. We're over the edge. Well, the voting will be coming in soon on what game I'm going to be playing. We did it, Grinders. Grindhouse choice of us next green game and grind. Steve Leon put us over the edge. Thank you, Steve Leon. And no, here I'll probably get all the hardware and we'll be testing it out here at the Gaming Grindhouse. I'll be testing that shit out there. Phil's packing his bags. Glasgow Gaming with the 5. He goes, Phil is cooking himself in every direction. He should just retire now and start a podcast. Only 4 episodes. Oh shit!
Storm is coming.
No, he should call it gaming.
Gaming.
And talk about everything else. You see, because this guy, all they've been focused on, and I've said this for 6 goddamn years, all they've been focused on is where and how and who to play your games. And it was never the games. See, Steam could do this now because Steam has made people incredible storefront where people have huge libraries and they want to play their libraries. Steam already got them in the door with them purchases, right? Now they go, and now you could play here on a Steam machine. And now you could play here on a Steam Deck. And now, because now you got all these games that you bought, that you invested in. This clown never focused on the games. He made you rent games and then told you could play them over here. And nobody cares, Phil. Nobody cared. But you kept saying, well, here's a backbone and here's a ass end and all these things to strap on my phone. And dude, they announced a new friggin' phone strap on today. Another one. Yo, look at this. You want to see what else Phil did today? Look at this, what Phil did today. What else did he announce? Dude, he announced a friggin' $180 friggin' backbone. Look at this. This is what Xbox be doing. This is what they're doing today. Dude, this is Steam are dropping VR and Steam machine and new controller. Xbox had an Xboxer commercial and this strap on. This thing's $180. No phone.
For example, here on my iPhone, I can go directly to Black Nuts.
Yeah, you go directly to Black Nuts with this one.
Black Nut is now available in 45 countries.
Black Nuts.
Black Nut is now available in 45 countries. Black Nut is now available in 45 countries. For example, here on my iPhone, I can go directly to Black Nuts.
Dude, $180 for this strap-on.
Gaming.
Black Nut is now available in 45 countries.
I still never, Phil will never live down skipping over Black Nut. Never live down. Black Nut Cloud needed to be heard. They are proud viewer of the Gaming Grindhouse. Black Nut Cloud. I got to throw my sponsorship out there. I would love to be their sponsor. Here they are. Black Nut. Dude, this is the one cloud service that Phil does not partner with. Black Nut. We need them. We need Black Nut be sponsored.
Black Nut is now available in 45 countries.
It's available in 45 countries. Phil, he went to Boosteroid, but he never talked to Black Nut.
I can go directly to Black Nuts.
Or she calls them Black Nuts, the plural. Ubisoft went there because Ubisoft loved the nuts. But Phil Spencer, but you could use this strap-on to play Black Nut Cloud on your phone. Serving 45 countries. We need the Black Nut. But there you go. $179 for this thing. The Backbone Pro, man, it's called the Bendover Pro. That's what I call this thing. Bendover Pro, because you got to be bent over for this thing. $189. You could buy a fucking PlayStation Portal. And it actually comes with a screen. This thing, you got to still throw in $1,000 phone between $175, $79 strap. Like, what? Dude. Does it come with a fanny pouch or some shit like that? Like, what the hell is this thing? $179. A Pro controller without. Yo. You could buy a Portal and it came with a screen. Meet the Backover Pro. The Bendover Pro. Play anywhere with it has a built-in battery. Holy shit. The Xbox controller don't even have a built-in battery. Oh shit. Full Alps thumbsticks, laser etched textured grips, Hall effect triggers, rear buttons. For that precision. Precision. And cloud gaming, do those go hand in hand, grinders? You're going to want a Pro controller for your phone streaming with 40 millisecond latencies. You need that precision? Oh, shit. This is what they doing while Steam's dropping consoles are going to wipe the floor with Xbox PC. This is what Xbox is doing. Xboxer and strap-ons. The Backboner. Oh, shit. The Xboner Backboner. Look at this trash. 100. Yo. Phil be smoking. Yo. $179. Phil Spencer, what are you doing here?
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and...
No, don't go back, dude. What's going on? 5 Grindhouse cash registers. Oh, shit. 5 Grindhouse credits. This is the Bendover Pro. We got the Bendover 1 and the Bendover Pro. Oh, shit. $180. Oh, they're going to have it on Best Buy floor placement. Oh, my God. Really? That's great. Best Buy floor placement. Would you put your own phone in it? Yo. There you go. It's a choice. Keep choosing, Phil. Keep choosing. Everybody choose. Announcing the Backbone Pro. Xbox's next generation and control. Oh, for mobile PC and for smart TV. For a smart TV fits in there? Who is going to use this for their TV? Who? Barriers. $179? Honey, I'm going to turn my TV into an Xbox. It's the $15 a month and this $179 controller called the Bendover Pro. Who is using this controller on a TV? You can't put a TV in there. So you're going to purposely play a controller with a big empty space? Yo, they are smoking some shit. They think they think people, a smart TV and a PC. Who the hell is going to use a controller with your phone goes inside of it and play with your hands that far apart? Oh my God. What a joke. What a friggin' joke, dude. But it's a choice. It's a choice. But that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Meanwhile, Sony dropping more games into the catalog. Still Wakes Deep. Pacific Drive, which Pacific Drive is a good game. I streamed it here. I reviewed that one. Insurgency is a good game too. And GTA coming back. Xbox is doing this ad. It's so funny. Look, there's the ad. And then look what everybody else is doing. People be dropping hardware. PlayStation celebrating 5 years. Look, more than 7,500 PS5 games, 4,000 creators, 84 million plus sold, 100 billion plus hours of gameplay, 40 billion trophies. Where's the Xbox? Wrap it up. It's more like wrap it up. Digital Foundry got triple glazed.
Steam Machine runs this. I could actually imagine myself doing that because I kind of want to do that because I like the fact that Valve is putting out a Linux desktop PC-like experience that's more curated. because I'm kind of fed up with Windows. So I think this is a very appealing device, even if it has hardware spec things that I'm a little bit concerned about right now.
From my perspective, from a sort of conceptual angle, this is kind of like almost a preview of what Microsoft is going to be attempting to be doing with whatever its next generation thing is, which is essentially it's built on a PC operating system, but it is heavily games focused with a games orientated UI that you boot into, which I think is pretty great, which is proven to work on Steam Deck. And in this sense, Valve are way, way, way ahead of anything we've seen from Microsoft. So I really like the concept of having this PC, which is games focused, games first, and looks fantastic and looks console-like.
You're my number one customer.
A really, really cool looking device.
Oof. Goku781 with the 2, he goes, looks like something that's in the Dollar Tree. Oh, shit. It is the strap-ons. It is a threat. And that's the thing. It is a threat for Xbox because this is exactly what Microsoft wanted to do. But like I said, you hear how he's done with Windows. Like the promise, this whole, and that's where I focused on the last 2 shows where I was talking about the ROG Ally and I wasn't saying the hardware. But the difference is, Grind, is that the thing that they talked about, the Xbox influences, the Xbox team, Mr. I think, the whole entire year was how they're going to fix Windows to be better with games with the Xbox full screen experience. And guess what? As I predicted, as we all said in the chat, as we all planned, Microsoft failed again. And this thing came out. It was not ready. The Xbox app sucks. They actually they put it on the MSI core. They said next year they were going to put it on all the devices. They had to rush it out to the MSI core and all the MSIs. They had to get it on the other devices because they need the feedback. I bet you they did not sell enough of those Xbox ROG Allies to get enough feedback on what's wrong with the fix. They need to get that shit out there to more people. So probably why they rushed it out in preview to all these other devices. That's how I got it on this thing on the MSI core. It just came in it came in my the Windows update. So they already started rolling it out before the end of the year. When they announced it, they said this is gonna come later. And they even announced MSI as part of them. They said next year. Well, why did they put it out not even a month out from when the ROG Ally launched? They already rolled it to the MSI. Interesting, right? So that whole thing they hyped up failed. And Windows cannot be fixed. The Xbox app experience is far, far away. I showed it live, how it's off from Steam OS. I'm comparing basically the Steam machine right here to a Windows future PC. But know what's so funny? And we're going to leave on this thing. The people right before this Steam machine got announced, I said it on Monday. Remember how everybody was going, Bootleg Jez was going like, oh, the Steam machine. Oh, an Xbox with Steam to play your PlayStation games. A thing that goes under your TV that you could play your PlayStation games on with Steam. Remember they're all talking about how the Steam reach around to try to play PlayStation games? Now let's call their bluff because the Steam machine is that right there. And let's see how many of these people that were wishing Microsoft did it first are going to go out and buy this, and all of it wasn't just a fluff. Because it was a fluff. Because they just wanted Phil Spencer to declare something in Xbox, and then they could do Steam. They really didn't, because Steam is here. They could play PlayStation games on Steam all through the years, for the last 5 years. But now Valve called their bluff. Let's see how many of these Xbox guys who are wishing, oh, a Steam box under my TV with Xbox. It's right there. There it is. The box under your TV that plays the Steam games. You can play PlayStation games. Are you going to buy it, Xbox fan? Oh, but it doesn't play my games. Neither does the Xbox ROG Ally. Gotcha. Gotcha. But it doesn't play Xbox games. Oh, the ROG Ally Xbox don't either. Again. Gotcha. Gotcha. But it runs Game Pass. So now you have to rely on Game Pass. And Game Pass and xCloud. You could put xCloud on it, but Game Pass don't work. There you go. So now you got to be a Game Pass lover. $30 a month. Enjoy. But right, that's right, Crooked Vulture. The timing is impeccable because Valve Steam Deck, this thing comes out early next year. Let's see that it wasn't just a way to get engagement on X, because that's all it was. Because know what I didn't see? I didn't see the same group of influencers running around going, "This is the future. This is the future. This is the future." When basically this is exactly what Xbox wanted to do, but Valve beat them to it. The future is now. Everything you want to do, you could do now. And why are you waiting around for Microsoft to get their shit off the pot? Like, why? They suck. They overpromise and underdeliver. But because there's no Xbox sticker on here, this is not the future. Because trust me, if there was an Xbox sticker on here, they would be shouting from the rooftops, "This is the future." But because there's no Xbox on here, and this has nothing to do with Windows, they're quiet. Because Steam just pissed in all their cereals. You could buy this, put it on your TV, and play PlayStation games without buying a PlayStation. You feel happy? Or you don't because Phil didn't brand this as an Xbox. And the ROG Ally Xbox doesn't even play Xbox games, so this don't either. Your old Xbox library that's on console, don't play it. This don't either. So, but that's an Xbox, but this isn't? Oh, because Phil didn't bless this. He didn't throw his Phil Ness water on it. Well, there it is. Your future is in a few months. Save up. Or you're going to wait around for Phil Spencer to shove some more hardware down your face, talking about an Xbox app that you all waited for now, and nobody's talking about it now. It's done. That's it. Steam ate Microsoft's lunch today. They basically threw the gauntlet down and saying, now you have to fix the Xbox app. You need to make sure that those Xbox games are backwards compatible. You need to make sure that all that stuff is polished and ready to go. This puts so much pressure on Microsoft's future of their Xbox PC. I can't tell you what they're going to do. Amy in the hood is about flipping over tables right now. Because nobody running around now does the future. And now, an optimized system to run your games better. And we already know with the Steam Deck that it works. And it runs better. And we know this because people even put Bazite Steam on Windows PC handhelds and got better battery life and better performance. So Windows sucks. And that's why the power of Windows that Sarah Bond was running around with, it's dumb. I don't know, Josh. Do they pull out? Do they stop? I don't think so, because it's a Windows device and the OEMs are making it. But I'm sure the OEMs are sitting there like Asus and Acer that were going to make these Xboxes and go, oh, damn, we're screwed. Like, there's an AMD chip in here. And Valve is doing it, man. And Valve's doing it. And the thing is that the experience is the main part. And I could see the Steam Deck and the Steam OS is the most console-fied version of PC. Yes, there are limitations, but it basically puts everything in a controller-friendly, sit back and play environment. And Windows is not there, and the Xbox app is not there either. And this puts so much pressure because now, just like Steam OS, Microsoft has a huge uphill battle, and they got to fight Windows and Windows updates. And Satya Copilot and OneDrive and OneNote and Windows 360, Office 365 and Snapshot and Memory Wipe, whatever the hell all that stuff is, and Copilot this and Calculate. All those apps that I showed you are on my gaming machine. On my 8-inch gaming machine, I got friggin' Calculator and Family and all this other shit and Notepad and all this other stuff. Calculate, all these things. You plug this in. I told you, I just showed you live the demonstration between a Windows experience and a Steam OS experience. Amy the Hood is about knocking things over. And I don't know. Maybe they have a couple of OEMs do it. Maybe they try to throw out a reference device like this. But if I'm sitting there and I'm Lenovo and all that other stuff, man, I'm looking and I'm like, yo, why don't we make a small PC Steam box? Why don't we use Steam OS? Why don't we do it? And depending on how this takes off, like if there's a demand for Steam on a TV and this thing kind of blows up, if it's a good price, which I think that's where they're going with it, because it's not super, super high end, powerful, but it's decent enough to get games going on a TV. And if this thing kicks off, I wouldn't be surprised the OEMs are dropping Microsoft, and Microsoft has to pay them. But Xbox PC is cooked. And they even have a VR solution as well. So PlayStation got to look out as well. But man, this is a direct blow against Microsoft PC, because this is what they were talking about. Oh, just imagine an Xbox PC hybrid. Dude, if it doesn't play, and this puts more pressure on Microsoft to make sure that all their that's what they got to rely on. Their Xbox games have to be playable. If they do a box like this, that's an Xbox PC, it has to not just play PC games, it got to play your Xbox library natively. It has to. If it doesn't, it's dead. Because it's going to be the only differentiator. Game Pass and all your old Xbox libraries. As much as people don't play old games, people are not going to go into this thing with 300 games from their previous library that do not play on it and have to start anew. If that's the case, they're going to buy something different. And people already hate Windows. Like I said, this has been the worst month and a half, 2 months of Xbox and Microsoft news. Like it's just been it is bad. Like I said, it was worse. It's worse now because it's not even just about Xbox. It's about Windows itself. The whole company, the whole thing is just shit in gaming. With the price increases, with the Xbox app, like you think that Xbox ROG Ally, dude, like the failure of that Xbox app on there is a representation of just Windows and the negative shit. Like the guy said, no more Windows. We don't want Windows. We don't want Windows. And they got the faceplates on this thing. They're cooking, man. But shout out to Valve. I'm interested in this. I'm very excited about the future of what this can be. Upgradability. And like what Steven Leone says, upgradable. You could upgrade the RAM in this. You just got to take it apart. And you could update you can update the SSD as well. So it is upgradable. It doesn't work with eGPUs because it's Linux. So that's a downer there. That would be pretty cool if they could do eGPUs. But maybe now they may start supporting Linux with some eGPUs. You can put some desktop NVIDIA cards plugged into the back of this thing, and now you got a 5090 running off this thing. Who knows? But right now you can't do that with Linux. But maybe they do. Maybe Razer comes out with some drivers or somebody does something. I don't know. It's a start. But now we know who's starting now in third place, and Microsoft now dropped to fourth. Like Satya said, let us compete. Dude, let you compete. And if you think like, oh, we're the biggest publisher, yes, whatever. But he wanted to compete, and here's competition. It does that, yeah. Dude, you could just put emulators and emu deck on the micro SD. It's pretty awesome. Like that's what I do with the Steam Deck. That's how I play that game there. They're on the micro SD. 4th or 5th, maybe 6th or 7th. That's right. So grinders, I'm gonna get ready and jump on the Thrifty Show. So go catch me over there. Thrifty Show at 8:45, I believe it's at. But yeah. Thank you again for coming through. Hit that like button. More Gaming Grindhouse coming your way. We're going to be doing Gaming Grind, and I got to put out the voting. You guys hit the VIP Gamer's Choice. So we'll put some voting out there. Put a comments and what games you want to play. So I'll put out an open question, and then you guys just start putting ones in there. And then if I see ones, I'll put them in the voting thing, and then you choose, and we'll do a game and grind. So thank you again, Grinders. Let me leave you with a little nice Phil Ness tune here as we go. But man, oh man, what a day. Craziness. I need a drink. So we are cooking, and there we go, Grinders. Thank you again.
Tastic dreams and pixel skies, controller wars under neon lights. Buttons click like hearts in sync, but one falls short, don't you think? PlayStation is not Xbox, no way. Who copies last place on today? Sales climb high like rockets, they go. PlayStation wins, just thought you'd know. Shiny coat, but the stats don't lie, just check the votes. Game Pass here, but where's the thrill when you're stuck halfway up the hill? Numbers don't care, they tell it loud. PlayStation standing, Xbox bowed. PlayStation is not Xbox, no way. Who copies last place on today? Sales climb high like rockets, they go. PlayStation wins, just thought you'd know. PlayStation is not